Garden is the type of game I made this series for. Shark Bites is about shining a light on more niche and underrated games, and no game is a better definition of underrated than Godhead. In my opinion, this is one of the best action games you can play, directed by one of the best in the business, Shinji Mikami. This is still a very underrated game since no one played it when it came out. This is a 3D beat 'em up. If I made an elevator pitch, it would be like RE4 without the guns, set in a parody of Fist of the North Star. The unique selling point of it's the customization. You can change almost every attack the player character has, down to the individual hits of the auto combo. This is something that has yet to be done since, even though there's probably a reason for it. The story is about a guy called Jean, who saves a girl, but gets his arm cut down in the process. Since he was such a hero, the lady rewarded him with a god hand, something that would turn him into the best martial artist in the world, capable of defeating any man or demon. The story is very superficial, but the cutscenes are really funny, and a neat reward for getting through the encounters. I really enjoy the banter between Jean and Olivia. The photos of her in the pause menu are a fun addition. I like to imagine her sending these pictures just to tease him, and John just pretending he doesn't like them. The world needs more God Hand fanfiction. The ending is a bit underwhelming and will give you a bit of "that's it" feeling. But you're not playing this game for an Uncharted type experience. Like most beat-em-ups, God Hand works on fighting game logic, using rock paper scissors systems. Hitting beats grabs and guard break beat blocking, and hits can be blocked and dodged. You can't block attacks like your opponents do, but you can sidestep and roll. As I mentioned previously, you can change any move you like to have the inputs that you prefer. These can have different properties, some are normal hits, others can launch, others do low profile, etc. Be sure to equip everything you need. There are also some hidden moves that you can perform while the opponents are being juggled or knocked down. Enemies will get enraged when you exploit their weaknesses too much and taunt them. Taunting will make them more aggressive and give you more points and money when you fight them. This will also give you more meter to use the God Hand, a state that will boost your damage output and make you invincible for that time. Just like RE4, this game has quick time events in the combat, for escaping grabs and some attacks. After getting an enemy stunned, you can press or mash the button, the game asks you depending on the context. This may be where the torture attack from Bayonetta came from. Of course this is a stun state, so you can also use this window to start a combo of your liking. Again, like RE4, this game has adaptive difficulty. It will get harder as you do better, but it rewards you with more money for playing in the higher levels. Don't let it fool you, this is not a style meter. Depending on how brave you feel, you'll either get hit on purpose, or use the roulette move to lower the level, or be a madman and make the game your bitch. And by the way, the only way to get your life back is to pray for the RNG gods. One of the enemies or boxes drops a piece of fruit. It's better to avoid getting hit. I know I'm bringing up that other game more than an Evil Within review, but it's really important, because it defined the style of Shinji Mikami's games from this time. Another title that pops in my mind, with this action title with the tank controls, is Piano 3. I might make a video about it in the future. Why I like this? I love beat-em-ups. 9 times out of 10 I would rather use my fists or blades instead of guns. In video games, of course. This is one of the best beat-em-ups in 3D that I've played. A single-player fighting game. Like the Devil Within mode from Tekken, but it's good. This is a game that will make you rage and sweat like a Souls game, but harder, without wasting time running back to the boss. If you are the type of gamer looking for another challenge to conquer, try this out. Just don't expect your friends to care about your achievements. Flaws and why did it fail? By failing I mean financially. This was one of the last games of the studio that made it. Clever. A Capcom studio remembered for making excellent games that didn't do very well commercially, like Okami and Beautiful Joe. This game is hard, and I'm not surprised it threw people off at the time of its release. Nowadays, you can research how it's meant to be played and take tech from veteran players, but in 2006 it was a hard game with the minimum amount of tutorials, so it's normal for people to be confused if this was their first fighting game / beat 'em up. The custom moveset can also make some uninformed players ruin the game for themselves by picking moves that don't link well in their auto combo. Not everyone is aware of the idea of frame data, especially back then. If you ever play this, fill your auto combo with the fastest attacks you can buy, and be sure to buy attacks regularly to keep them on level with your enemies. The story is mostly jokes stuck together with cheese, and very little substance, and that will throw some people off. That is starting to become a pattern when I pick games for this series. Most of them have comedy in some type of way. Nowadays, some of the jokes may come off as mean-spirited. As a member of the LGBTQ+ community, I'm not offended by the caricatures of people like us because I'm aware this is a cartoon world, where women laugh off a kick to the nuts and you can fight off a gorilla in a boss fight just for the protagonist to notice there was a zipper in her back the whole time. Let's pray the wrong side of Twitter never watches some of these cutscenes. I don't believe the exclusivity to the PS2 hurt the game that much, since it was one of the most popular consoles of all time. Staying there is a bit of a problem though if you want to play it nowadays. Mikami himself says that he was given too much freedom while developing the title, so he believes that he made something that he would like more than something that would sell. I guess that's the best lesson to learn from this story. In conclusion, something new for you to try out. If you're into other Capcom games like Devil May Cry or Resident Evil 4, fighting games, difficulty from From Software games, or just if you're a Mikami fan. Come on in, are you ready for peak 3D beat 'em up action?